Hi everybody, it's Will from Dog Walk Adventures, and I'm going to go over some quick training tips for you to do with your dog in your house or in your yard, so you can still maintain your social distancing and things like that. So what we're going to work on is we're going to work on place, and we're going to start out with lots of treats, and then we're going to diminish the treats on an intermittent variable schedule. This really helps the behavior become really concrete. It's the same procedure used in casinos to get people to gamble on slot machines. You keep expecting that you're going to get a treat, and that behavior is reinforced intermittently. So I'm going to use the same sort of technique with Holly. Holly here, she's had a long walk today, deep in the forest, so she's a little bit tired, but hopefully we can motivate her. Holly, up! Good girl. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start with a little bit of healing. Holly, heel. I told you she's tired. Holly, come here. Good girl. Heel. Left side. Good. Holly knows heel, which is good. Closer. Hey, come on. Oh dear, we are tired, aren't we? Little tiny bit closer. So sometimes if I'm not getting the heel immediately, I'll move a little bit to help encourage that behavior as well. Up, good, goes up. Good, heel, good girl. So I'm going to reward. I don't want to pay a lot. Like, we're not in the business of constantly paying the dog. This is all we're doing is paying the dog, and the dog will only work for payment. So we're going to start slowly stopping that behavior. But in order, to stop reinforcing the behavior. So we're going to start with a lot of treats in the beginning, because this is a fairly new task for Holly, and it's also a new situation. And dogs don't always transfer what they know from one situation to another or one environment to another until it becomes really concrete. So some of this might seem a bit new to her. Holly, up. Good girl. Up. I'm going to move relatively quickly to keep her motivated. Up, up. Good girl. Going to get up. Up, up. You are so lazy today. Up, up. So my next task is I'm going to try and get her to go on this stand right here, this big concrete slab. Holly, heel. Good, all the way, all the way. Good girl. No, off my foot. Good girl. Oh, very good girl. This time I'm not going to give a treat, but I give a lot of encouragement with good girl. Don't be afraid to use a high-pitched voice. Dogs really like it, but also use a deeper voice as well. You want to be very dynamic with your voice with your dog. You can communicate a lot of information by doing that. Oh my goodness, you're so lazy. Up. Oh my God. Holly, up. Good girl. Okay, so we're first going to try and see if we can get her to go on this platform. Good girl. Holly, come and up. Up. Good girl. Wow. Sometimes your dog will take a very long time. If your dog just touches its nose to the slab or whatever you're using for them to get on top of, that's good. That's a movement in the right direction. So I'm going to pay that when she does it, because the goal is to get her to eventually climb on top of this. So Holly, up. Good girl. Wow, good job. Again, don't be afraid of the high-pitched voice. It is not a problem with it. Women find this a bit easier because it's kind of a nurturing type thing. But if you really want good response from your dog, be dynamic and animated with your voice. Holly, up. Come this way. Come this way. Good. Heel. Heel. Oh, good girl. And other side. Up. Oh, good girl. Wow. So I've moved back on the treat slightly. She thinks she's going to get paid, but not just yet. But you can see her, she's kind of excited about the whole idea now, right? She's like, hey, this is kind of cool. I might get paid. Come. Good girl. Heel. Good girl. Turn around. Good girl. Sit and stay. Good stay. Gonna throw in a little bit of stay. Gonna throw in a little bit of things like that. Holly, come. Good girl. Up. Good girl. I'm going to pay this time. Oh, that's a real pretty one. And if your dog does something a little bit unusual, but is still in a close proximity, reward that too. That's your dog being a bit creative. We don't want our dogs to be robots. We want them to be a bit creative. All right, come. Good girl. Ho, ho, ho. Good. My camera's still following me. This is good. This is an automatic, not automatic, but a robotic camera, I guess, that basically follows me around. That's why I'm looking at my phone periodically. Heel. Back up. So, see, she's not quite getting it, so I'm not going to repeat it a whole bunch. I'm going to wait until this behavior happens a bit better. Back up. Come. Nope. Nope. Good. Heel. Closer. Up. No. No. Good girl. There we go. All right, stay. Stay. And now we're going to get her to try and get more of her body on this stand. Holly, up. Good girl. Oh, wow. Good girl. Up. Good girl. Good. Again, very dynamic voice. Don't be afraid to use that high-pitched voice. It is a real sign of encouragement. It shows that you're really happy with your dog for what they're doing. Really, really good girl. As you can see, both Holly and I are a little bit scruffy because it's COVID-19 time. Right, buddy? Yeah? Yeah, it's COVID-19 time? Oh, I don't know. Good girl. Stay. Come. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, you can't really see her cameras. Yeah. It's a robotic camera, but it's not a super smart camera. Come. Good girl. So now we're going to try and adjust this slightly. And again, this might take you longer or it might take you less time. It all depends on you, your dog, and the relationship you have with your dog. But keep up with it. So this time I'm not going to touch it. Last time I touched it and I showed her. This time we get her to look at me and we're going to go over in a later thing about getting the dog to focus on you a bit more. Good girl. Holly, up. Up. Good girl. Oh, good girl. Again, dynamic with the voice. You can really allow it to sing. High pitch, low pitch, but be dynamic. And remember, lots of praise. So that time I paid her, right? So now we're going to do it a few times and I'm not going to pay her. And then I'm going to pay her, and then I'm not going to pay her for a bit, and then I'm going to pay her. And she's going to get used to doing this because it's going to start just feeling good. She's going to know that it makes me happy, and it's going to make her happy too. Good girl. Come. Good girl. Oh, very good. Did you find some dust? Oh, dust is good. All right. Come. Heel. Good. Heel. Oh, wow. We're super tired right now. All right, so we're going to get this again. Ready? Up. she's literally, oh, very good. Up. Good girl. And down. Come. Good girl. And up. Good girl. Good girl. And down. Come. Come on. She's like, what is the point of this job? Ready? Woo! Good girl. Wow, that's amazing. Down. Good girl. All right. Ready? Woo! Good girl. A few times no pay, and then we're going to pay. And Holly's saying, hey, where's my payment? Good girl. Come. Good girl. Up. Good girl. Good girl. Very good. Come. Good girl. Woo-hoo-hoo. You're so amazing. Good girl. Ready? Up. Get up there then. Ah, good girl. Stay. Oh, good stay. Good girl. So that's how we get our dog to go to a new thing. Now we're going to change the name of this thing. We're now going to call it place. This is what we're going to do. So I'm just going to start calling it a different word. It's not so much that I'm teaching her language, I'm getting her to pair a behavior with an object or a place. So now I'm just going to call this the place. And you can also use this for getting your dog to lie down. Say you have a dog that's annoying you during dinner and is constantly begging and things like that. That can be really annoying. And if you can teach the dog place, it's really going to help you out. Come. So I'm going to use the same body language because a lot of that is what she's watching. I'm just going to give it a new command. Hill. Come here. Come on. Come on, lazy bones. Oh, lazy bones. Oh, lazy bones. Sit. Ho, ho, what a good girl. Stay. Holly, place. See, now she hasn't moved, a little bit confused, and she's tired. Holly, place. Good. Good. Good girl. And she sniffed it. I don't know if you, I don't think the camera was there, but she sniffed it. And that's good. That's a behavior in the right direction. Place. Good girl. Ready? Place. Oh, good place. Good girl. I'm going to treat it just like that. All right. I'm going to do it again. Come. Oh, come on. Good girl. And place. Place. Good place. Good place. Good girl. Again, good girl. And we're going to say good to the command. We're going to use good and the command I just gave. Good place. Good girl. Come. Ready to go? Oh, that's a good girl. Oh, good place. Good girl. Oh, what a good dog. Good place. Good girl. See that? She's following my hand because she knows that when the hand goes in here, she gets a treat. So we're very cognizant of that, and we're going to put it again on that intermittent schedule. Good girl. Holly, come. Good girl. And Holly, place. You want to play with that, don't you? Okay, we'll play with that next, I promise. Place. I know, you want to play with the football, right? Okay, not just yet. Place. So this is good. I'm really glad that Holly did this because now we're going to change it up. We're going to do something called the pre-mac principle, and this is where instead of reinforcing with a treat, we can actually reinforce with the desired behavior. Holly likes to play with her toys, and so that's a desired behavior. So now the option can be something like that she enjoys doing. Very good girl. Ready, come. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. Stay. I'm just going to ask her to sit that time, not necessarily heel. Good girl. And place. Holly, place. Good girl! And then we go, boom, just like that. We get her to go, boom. She loves this game. This is a dynamic game. This is a game that really helps you bond with your dog. Hey, where are you going? I think Holly's had enough for right now. Like I said, she had a big walk, and this is a good way. This is a good segue to the end of this video. As you can see, we're using the steps of first treating, then putting the treats on an intermittent schedule, and then changing the command to something more useful. Holly knows the command up. So I'll use a command that she already knows, and then as a result, I'll start changing the command, the name of the command, but still stay with the command. So the command was to get on this big concrete slab here, which is great. Then I changed the command from up to place. And soon I can start saying place, and she'll go to her place. And again, intermittent schedule. And then I show how we can change the reinforcer, we can change the reward from being a treat to a desired activity. Now in Holly's case, she just retired herself. Holly, can you come here please? Come. Let's see. Oh, good, the camera's following me. Holly, come. Come here. Good girl. Holly, place. Place. Good girl. Turn around. Good. Good girl. All right, Holly. Say bye to our friends. And treat. Good. Thanks for watching. Bye.